Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. We will dock the YouTube back over and perhaps watch the rest of that after you have all gone. Um, so what I did like off stream and then at the beginning of this stream a little bit was I just did for struct literals what I had done for array literals during the previous super slog stream, and it was less sloggy in part because I think a lot of the work that was common to both got done during that first stream. So what I want to do now is something a little bit different. First, get a glass of water. So we have this thing going on in this game. I mean, like if I walk back and forth across this line, we just flail with the camera and that sucks, especially if you're on a puzzle where that matters a lot, right? However, we had I had been thinking for a while maybe we'll start the camera transition early, but someone else on the scene someone else on the team suggested doing it late, right? Like, oh, well, you can go one or two squares off that particular screen and then it'll transition at that point, right? And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So I think we're gonna do that, something like that. And also, I guess I'm going to make the transition even faster, which is going to be hard to do. Like eventually, I think we'll do like a wipe, like some kind of a fast, streaky blur thing. But in the meantime, I don't know where that is. I don't even know if we have, maybe it's on the camera. Room pan rate. That should be a lot faster. It's probably a little too fast for now. Maybe if we put like a cool wipe, but let's just say that. So right now it's really spammy, but again, we can put a thing in. So for right here, it could be like 2 squares. The problem is if I'm way down the screen, then 2 squares is not enough. I think we want to pull the camera out a little bit. Right, so, dang it. I want like the same angle. Whoa, that's more than I thought. Okay. Let's try half that. So the other thing to think about is like what happens when you're on a different aspect ratio screen and stuff. This is still maybe a little too far out. Okay, so this is the column where we switch. We have about 2 squares all the way down the screen. As we get really close to the bottom, it'll be a bit much. Let's go up here to where like, I want to take this sprinting notice off finally as well. Like down here is a place where you go back and forth a lot while solving, right? So it's probably pretty good. Okay. So if it's a 2 square buffer, I start here and I go 1, 2, and then it goes, right? And then once it goes, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes. So that's seems good horizontally. And then, you know, vertically maybe 1, because we don't have as much of a vertical issue here, right? Yeah, so here I easily see 1, and there I easily see 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some variables for padding horizontal and padding vertical, right? Those are going to live maybe not here. I don't know. Maybe here, or maybe on the setting. Like the thing is, if they're on the settings, maybe I'll put it here. Because this is where the, yeah, okay. Okay. So this is version 6, and we're going to have camera margin X, camera margin Y. Let's call it room margins. Those are V6. Yeah, we'll have a smoother transition. It's just there are 358 people working on this game. Okay, so now what we want to do is change the camera code. Like right now, I think every frame it says, look at the world space position of the character. Okay, what room are they in? Right, room. I mean, it's islands, but it's still rooms. They say, what room are they in? And then, okay, let's target that room. And what we really want to say is, okay, what's the current room that the camera is using? Are they within that plus a margin, right? If they are, then don't move. And I haven't looked at that camera code in a little bit. What I really should do here is, I mean, we should definitely make the ocean a little bit bigger. Hopefully that didn't mess anything up. Okay, so now we no longer have Gimpy Ocean on the side. That's great. Okay. Wonderful. $69,420 people are working on the game. Okay. So let's look at this room situation in the camera code. So here we say, get camera XY for current square. I'm pretty sure this is what we do every frame, right? Yeah, we call for update game camera, we call this. All right, so what we'll do is on this camera struct, we will have well, let's just start. Okay, so instead of get camera XY for current square, we'll return more information. We will also return you know, I guess, hold on, we could do this backwards and it still works. No, it doesn't. Okay, we no matter what have to have a memory of where the key. Yeah, obviously. Okay, so here we'll return. We say get target position for single subroom. All right. This actually could return what are the corners of this area, because I'm sure it knows enough information, right? And then we'll return those back out of here, right? So we're going to go room x0, room x1, where x is going to be both x and y coordinates, right? So we're going to go pause room x0, vector 2i, room x1, vector 2i. Okay. So we get camera target position for single subroom. Okay. Let's not worry about that yet. Let's see. Let's at least force ourselves to look at that again later. Okay. Get camera target position for single subroom. Oh, it already returns some other things. But nobody cares. So we're going to return different things. All right. All right. Yeah, the Elon Musk 5-element list or whatever was pretty good. All right. Okay. Room x0, room x1. Okay, room x0 is corner. Yeah. Okay. Corner plus, I hope that's a vector 2i, plus sx times screen I right? And then room x1 is room x0, room x1 dot x. Okay. Something like that. Screen I is that it? No, it's SX. Or maybe both. It's both. Okay. 369. Wait. What? Oh, because okay. That actually must be calling this function. Oops. Yep. That's why the I and J were there. For some reason, okay. What did we return before? Probably screen I, screen J. Like, this is the same. This is the same, though. Why are you... Okay, so here we're doing something. Right. Okay. So here we're just offsetting how many screens. That's fine. Let's just return those things. We can have lots of return values. Make a game with 1,000 puzzles, ship it, win. Maybe. I mean, like, here's the thing, George. From a marketability standpoint, or not even marketability, from an actually making money and staying in business standpoint, single player games kind of ain't it anymore right now, right? But what especially ain't it right now is short single player games, right? So there's the kind of single player games that that do well are ones that are super replayable forever and ever, like survival games or roguelikes or whatever, or things that streamers start playing and they're really popular streamers and they get a lot of people playing them, right? Those are the kind of games that make a lot of money. If I want to make puzzle games and I want to stay in business, it's like, well, are you going to make a short puzzle game that's 2 hours and then complain on Twitter that people are refunding your game? Or do you make one that's 500 hours, right? Like, you know, now the one that takes 500 hours is harder to make, but I want to make the hardest, best things too, right? So it's just how it is. Actually, though, I guess it's not exactly a puzzle game, but N++ shipped with like 1,400 levels or whatever, but a lot of those were not high quality levels. You know, they were just like, hey, let's get levels from all our users and just put them in to have a lot of stuff. That's not what we're doing here. Everything here is very, very much worked on. Okay, DI. I just want to make sure that still works real fast. What happens if ij are sitting between 0 and screen x, screen y? No, I and j in this case is actually the screen index. So a screen is some number of squares in x and y, and those I and j's are the screen indexes. So if I hit these keys in the editor, I'm popping around one screen at a time. We actually should probably also smooth move the camera so that you don't get disoriented, but maybe we'll do that later. Anyway. So that worked. Now, here's what we do. Let's go ahead and do this. So okay, we're just going to set these right now. Actually, we don't, yeah, okay. Okay. So these are used to implement room margins. Stay in the same room till you're too far. Okay. Also, when we do this, we do this, and when we do this, we say that. Now what I want to do is print out the margins on the screen as I move around. The problem is we're printing this frickin' sprinting all the time, so it's been a request for me to turn that off, so I'm going to do that. We're going to turn off the sprinting, or we're going to put it under a variable. Let's get rid of the calculator. Sprinting in simulate. Where should we put this? Gameplay visuals, wheel, graphics, gameplay settings. Okay. We're going to say draw sprinting false and sprinting sensitivity sensitivity 1.1 okay, and gameplay settings that draw sprinting. Draw sprinting is false. Sprinting sensitivity is 1.2. Okay, so now we shouldn't be drawing that. Is it pedantically valid to call an RGBA color a vector? Okay, here's the thing. Probably not. Maybe. It depends. So the thing is, most RGBA colors that you think of are gamma 2.2. Which means if you treat them as vectors, the definition of vectors is they're closed under addition and scalar multiplication. If you treat them as vectors, you don't actually get the colors you want. Because if you add two RGB colors, you get something bad. So treating them as vectors is not necessarily very good. Why do you see so many lines of code that are identical but operate on X and Y fields? What would you prefer? Because I'm adding different things to the different components. If you want me to construct another vector just so I can unconstruct it to add to the components, then that's slow code. It takes longer to compile. It takes longer to run, probably, if the compiler doesn't manage to optimize it, which often it won't. You'd prefer... We have operators that... Fucking read the code, Jesus. We have sorry, I don't mean to get this annoyed, but like we operate on whole vectors all the time. For these particular things, we're doing different things to the two components. So like constructing shouldn't take longer to run. That, yeah, I make compilers. You don't, bro. All right. Like, have you ever profiled code? Compilers fail to optimize things all the time, especially in C++. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that annoyed. It's just when I'm trying to work on something and somebody like tries to drag me into something else, I get annoyed sometimes. Something that like is not worth thinking about, in my opinion. You actually do. Okay, well, if you actually make compilers, then you should know that it's actually pretty hard to optimize a lot of the time. Especially if there's aliasing, which there is a lot of in the world. Okay, so yeah, exactly. I could have done like vec2 0, 1 or whatever, exactly like CTP typed, but I don't want to do that, right? But yes, a lot of the time we, you know, we do a lot of vector math. It's fine. Okay. Anyway. What do I do now? Now I just want to print the margin. I want to compute and print the margin. So I'm going to go to camera and I'm going to say, how far are you just from the... We're not going to try to use the remembered screen. We are remembering the screen now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to say margin is get room margin. Not even the visual position, the actual position. Yeah, it's fine. We might want to switch early later. Like when we... It's probably not going to matter by too much. Okay. Anyway, margin X, margin Y. We'll go ahead and make that a vector 2i. So we're going to say short game reports tprint margin percent comma percent margin.x margin.y. Okay, get room margin. Let's do this. Okay, we're just going to return this. I have a feeling this won't compile. Yeah. Vector 21. That's one reason it won't compile. All right. Cool. Okay, so no, we don't have floor on vectors, which is why I'm doing this. All right. If, let's just say result is a vector 2i, if xi is less than x0, result.x equals x0 minus xi, else if xi is greater than x1, result.x equals x1 minus xi, right? Similarly for y, and then return result. All right. Whoops, not x0. x0.x right. If yi is less than x0.y, x1.y, oopsie, all right. Okay, margin 0, 0. Okay, it's briefly 1 or minus 1 for a second, because then we switch screens. Actually, I'm not even seeing it do that on the vertical. But this is actually expected. It doesn't test our margin function that well, I guess. But here's what we could do now, is we could say, well, we can just do it. If margin.x is greater than room margin x, right? Then we switch rooms. What are room margins x, room margins y? We might have a settings already. I guess not. And I forget what we called it. Oh, room margin x. Okay. And we just put it in xy on that entity. We didn't put it in a vector 2i. Okay. So margin oh, you know what? Okay. So the error is lol 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 lol. We are getting we're testing against the current room x0 and x1. We want camera dot. We want the old one, not the current one. There we go. -1, -2. You know what? It's should be +1, +2. Why is it minus? That's a 50 DKP minus. Okay. So it doesn't work to the right. I messed that up. It's also not. What is going on? Boy, I really messed this up. Okay. Let's go back and look. Get room margin. Okay. YI. Pause Y. XI. Pause X. Okay. Result. Let's just do this. Make it real clear. Oh, this is backwards. So that's why it's negative in that direction. Why did it stop working when I kept going left? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how much better this is. Okay, so why does it say margin 0? I don't like that. Why is it like instant? I guess it's just fast with a low frame rate. It's weird though. Or maybe I messed up the transition. Okay, let's go back over here. What is going on? What? Okay, this is real bad. This is real bad. So oh, did we ever? We never set these. Okay, hold on. Lol, lol, lol. Room margin X2. So that's one reason why it didn't do what I wanted it to. Okay, so now we can see. Okay, we have a margin of 1 in Y. 0, 1, 0, 1. Now we switch. 0, 1. Now we switch, right? So we don't flail now. So like I can walk all around this area, which is between the two screens, and the camera doesn't flail back and forth. That's the point. We're gonna have to I guess that I don't know if that's timed. All right. This feels pretty good. Although it seemed like I was seeing some broken stuff before. I don't know what was going on with that. Let me just walk around the rooms to see. Seems fine. Seems fine. What is going on with the room transition speed, though? Did I completely break it? Let's find out. Yes. What is happening here? It's like the camera pan what? Like this is right here. But when I go here, okay, that's right. This does not seem right, actually, no. So I feel like, oh, I think I know what's wrong. My brain is telling me what's wrong. We're not subtracting the origin. Oh, but hold on. Actually, I think we add it in. Corner, okay, corner is counted. So this should be totally in a world space. I don't know. Seems odd. Dude, you're playing an aspect ratio that is wider than high, and you're telling me it seems odd to let the player go more horizontally. Is it a small fixed length array? It's not fixed length. We just add stuff. It's just for debug stuff. So we just throw stuff into an array and it fades out and removes itself after some time. Okay. What am I doing wrong? Something. I have made a mistake. Let's just see if we can observe anything. Like, I think maybe it's just like we're arresting. This is how it's supposed to be. So it's like here it thinks it transitioned, but it didn't all the way. So maybe when we don't set the room, we stop the interpolation or something. Uh, oh, yes, because this, wait. The interpolation is mixed in to get camera. That's what it is. Blah. All right. So this stuff is just all the interpolation. The name is a little confusing. So, okay, why don't we do the following? It's really interesting because this per room camera code, I've rewritten it 4 times and it was like super gross and hard to understand for a while. And it's just not that hard. But like something about where my brain was when I wrote it, I just didn't do it the good way. And it just took a long time to clean it up. I don't know why. Okay. So get camera target position for thinger. Okay. And then here we'll say interpolate camera toward current room, right? Of some things. And manager camera center 2D. Okay. And we don't need this room x0, room x1 stuff anymore, which is good. Okay. This is now called interpolate camera toward current room. We're not passing manager. Okay. I think this is V2. Okay. Incompatible structs. Oh, it already is a vector 2. Wait. Right. Never mind. Okay. It's still very fast, but it looks like it's actually... I don't feel like it's actually interpolating right now. Hold on. Oh. Oh, because what we're... Okay. The center 2D is not right. We don't want to pass that. Okay, that's also vector 2, so we can go screen center. That's what we do. That's how we do it. Wait, no. No, no, no. No. Target 2D. There we go. I'll get it eventually. It's a secret to programming, is you just keep going. No, we don't do this. Okay, duh. Yeah, we don't do that. It's confusing. That center 2D name was confusing me about what it meant, which means there might be more problems with people using it wrong, but we'll see. Now it's not interpolating at all. Okay. This is target. This is call this target, so we don't do this. And wait, what? Camera position room local? Wait, I was totally confused. Okay, no, this was the wrong part. I don't know why that's not on camera. What is going on? Oh, yeah, okay. That's fine. We'll get it. We'll get it. What am I planning to do next crank session? I don't know. We did a pretty good session that was probably more intense. Whoops, more intense than a crank session. You just didn't know in advance, so we didn't call it that. There we go. Okay, never mind the messed up shadows. We're interpolating. We got to speed that up again, but we slowed it down because it wasn't working. Oh no, now the shadows are super messed up because of the fucking camera position. What did I do, guys? I messed it up real bad. I think someone's using center. Okay. Okay, here, we got to undo some things. So this really was center 2D. When I said I was confused, I was wrong. That what I thought it was is really what it was. And the fact that we're never setting that is what is messing up the shadows now, okay? Okay? This interpolation is too slow right now. Like, we're going to make it faster with cool screen effects, probably. Because like you don't want to be trying to play while it's moving under you like that. It's the sort of thing that looks better when you watch it than when you're playing, right? Okay. Cool, cool. Let's speed that back up. Oh, is it? It's on the actual. I keep forgetting. Camera control. Oh, we're not even in the level, guys. It's like learn to make video games, dude. Room pan rate 1.2. That'll look better at a higher frame rate. Okay. It's like Airplane 2. Still saw stretched shadows. Yeah, they're still a little bit wrong sometimes, but they're mostly right. It's not my fault now. There's a shadow problem in some cases. Okay, we can stop printing out the margin. Great. Let's go to Overworld and set these things up, for example. Would it be better to add... The game's not done! A lot of... You know what would be better? If everything in the game were 10 million times better than it is, and also it made $30 trillion off Steam already. That would be really cool. That would be awesome. What would be great is if I started up the game and my amazing girlfriend was there and she brought me a pizza. All right. This is not a very good place to test the, okay. Oh, I gotta reload. Reload. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2 there, 1, 2 there. I'm going to pull the camera out just a hair. And 1.4. Eight 8.56. Okay, so that maybe gives us 1 extra square. Or half an extra square. All right. Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Do I still prototype on ideas? What would I do? I'm so busy right now with things that I have to do. There's like no reason to ever do anything else except for the stuff that I have to do. You know? You know? It does not make sense. Wow, those icons look big at this scale. But they're, I think, the same. They just seem real big there. Okay, well, this seems pretty good for what I wanted to do here. Go me. Shut up. All right. Add new camera stuff. Okay. Whoops. I had a no check-in. Aha. Remember that? I did it shortly after, and yet I didn't delete the no check-in. Okay. I will now send an email to the team saying some things. I will say okay. Camera modifications. The other day, she suggested not panning the camera till after the player passes a certain distance from the screen he was on. This was easy to do, so I added it, and it seems to work pretty well. I moved the camera a little bit further away for skipping stones, and only slightly on overworlds. If you want to do this on other levels or tweak these, the settings are on the settings entity, room margin X and room margin Y control how many squares you can go in each direction before the room pans. I'm using 2 in X and 1 in Y. And then on camera, wait, what? Where was it? Camera control, room pan rate. Oh, there's no O on the camera entity. On the camera entity, room pan rate controls how fast the transitions go. Later we'll probably do a blur or something. Having them go fast works a lot better for me than having go slowly, but it probably all depends on what else is happening. Okay, so I am sending that. Boom. Okay, I'm going to turn on this camera again, and then I'm going to turn on this camera because I've been a good person today. And we're going to have a chai and game design chill situation. isn't that going to be fun? I think it'll be fun for me. It'll be fun for me. All right, let's get some lighting on the chai cam. My problem now is I have to find where the chai juicer is because I haven't used it in so long. It's like packed away somewhere. Yeah, I wish I had a more expensive chair actually, because this is a good chair mostly, but like the armrests that you probably can't see, they suck a little bit. I mean, they're better than the Aeron ones, but they're still like not good. They feel like cheap and plasticky a little bit, and like the way they snap, it's just not comfortable. I'm trying to find the chai pot noose, and there's so many things that I don't use all the time, but this is hiding. It was right in front of me where I wasn't looking. hope you're ready for me to get banned from Twitch, because you know what's happening now. We're waiting for it to get to round 2. Round 2 is when we actually put the chai juice in. Yes, I use milk. Okay, we can't keep going. We gotta settle down. Oh my goodness, look how much extra. I have so much extra froth. It's insane. What was the next song? It sounded like a remake of a Doom 1 song. It sounded like E1M1 or something. Let me see. It's like a mashup between the old and the new version. Like I assume a Doom original and the new one. How does the juice compare to a leaf blend? It's different. I mean, like, it's a little bit stronger, right? Because it's distilled down somehow. Like it's a very sweet and spicy chai syrup that's concentrated for like coffee shops to use. You've never seen chai concentrate with a plunger top. It is from Maya Chai. Is there caffeine in the juice? There probably is. But like, it's so good. What are you going to do? This is the chai juice that I'm using. Let's see. It's the best chai juice that I know of. Is the we're using the Devi here, and they changed the packaging a little bit, but basically the pump top like goes on top there. Yeah, it's real good, real good. Might need to shrink the chai cam. Well, we could just, its time has come. Oh, right. You couldn't see the website. It's this. This. Mmm. Yeah. We're shipping pumps only by request, though. So you have to ask for a pump. When it's this frothy, I totally eat my chai with a spoon. Like, what? Do you think the Doomslayer wouldn't eat his chai with a spoon? Like, what are you talking about? I hate that name Doomslayer, by the way. That's the biggest ball that they dropped making Doom 2016 was that part. I mean, if they had just kept the name Doom Guy, it would have been better. You know what I'm saying? It's like they couldn't call him Doom because that's a comic villain. They couldn't call him a Slayer because it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So they combined them both and got the worst of both worlds. Yeah, I found out about this chai when I was in New York. I forget which coffee shop it is, but there's a few of them, and their shtick is they have like the beans all around the place, and it's pneumatically controlled, so they can push a button and it like pipes the beans across the ceiling into your cup to grind. And they had this chai there. I mean, literally any name you could think of that was like, you know, anything is better than Doomslayer, because Doomslayer doesn't even make sense. It's not even grammatically like sensible. Doom Nukem. Even Throckmorton. I don't know what Throckmorton means. Dude, there's all sorts of stuff you could have like yanked out of the Bible that would have been way better. Doomslayer is gender neutral. Question about large AAA games. How do they balance the line between art and product? No, there's no art in AAA games, really. I mean, there's a lot of craft. There's a great deal of craft, which is talented people doing a good job on their part of the game, right? There's tons of that. But like, if you mean art in terms of like expressivity of the medium, there's almost none. And I've spoken directly to people who tried to do arty things on very high budget games, and like the head of the publisher had a conversation with them, like, if you don't cut this out, we're going to fire you, kind of things. So like, there's not, AAA is not art. Just don't, it's a consumer entertainment product, right? Which is fun. A lot of people want consumer entertainment products, obviously, right? But just don't get confused about that. It's a very different thing. Okay. Let's start doing some. I want to do something fun. I want to think here about a level. The problem is I want to design some light things right now, and the one that I'm thinking about, because I made these changes to the gem beams, right? And so I want to think about how to do that. Like how to use those new rules in an interesting way. I thought of something interesting. It's maybe a little. I'm thinking about, what can you do to put guys in the right places to power some stuff from a gem beam? And The problem is it requires pushing. I guess that's fine. I mean, we just don't have the character be. It requires warrior to push multiple things. Let's just start doing it. So what level can I want to just start with a multi-room level. I know I have one. Oh, I think that gem beams level is mine, right? How does the Elon thing compare with my own thoughts about how to program? I can see relation between it. The way they're thinking about the problems that they have is actually a little bit different, though, from what we do. And that gives them a different lens. And I think it's instructive to think about that list, that specific list that he said, right? I think we could definitely do well to think about it a little bit, but you know, it's definitely similar in spirit to the kind of things that I recommend people do when programming. Okay, so I'm going to take this level, and we're going to say I don't know, call it gem beam placement, right? Gem beam placement. All right, so what is this level about? It doesn't even have this guy. It's got this guy, and it's probably got bigger rooms, if I'm being honest. Because the thing is, we kind of need enough space for you to be puzzled. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe? Oops. Get rid of all these. Okay. So we're going to do that. There's going to be a monster. It's going to be a crystal. There's going to be a monster. There's going to be a rock. Regular old rock. Okay. So the thing is going to be, how do you... Oh, and you need to be able to walk next door. And let's just say it's 8 by 8. This level might be exploitable already. Hold on. I just had an idea. Okay, so squares per screen, 8 by 8, which means the camera is going to be a little bit more out. just try this. Oh, I guess it's fine. We already had it pretty far out. So anyway, so I can go here. I can go back. Maybe it could be 7 by 7. Anyway, we're going to have, yeah, let's make it 7 by 7. It's always good to be a little compact. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Delete, delete, block, and there. And you're going to have a gem here too. And you're going to have a socket here. Now, I kind of feel like this is going to be exploitable already. Because, okay, so first, we got to get this dude out of the way, because otherwise we can't push the socket into the next room. If I push him up, I'm dead. So we have to push him down. Oh, I didn't realize. Maybe we make the rooms non-square. Like, I don't have enough vertical space to push him either way if that's where the door is. Because once I push him down here, I can't ever get him back up. Oh, but that's actually fine. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. So the trick is, oops. Trick is going to be to push him down with, see, there's actually, I don't know if there's a way to solve it right now. Hold on, there is probably. I mean, I could push the monster into the next room. I mean, this is already hard. This is like, see, now the problem I have is getting the gem on that thing. This is like a totally interesting, separate frickin' puzzle. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, if I just ignore the gem for a bit and I just say, look, I'm just going to push the monster in and I'm just going to do that. Okay, that's obviously a disaster, but now I can at least push the gem in and do this. Okay, first of all, oh no, there we go. See, once you get the monster in there, you like boot up the gem beam and it doesn't need the gem anymore. See what I'm saying? But it's not drawing that right now. So what we should do is draw that. See, I'm doing charm here, but not gem beam, and this is different. Right? So I need to do that. I need to go for manager by type monster, consider gem beam source, and rock and mirror. Okay. What is that? Okay. There we go. Whoops. All right. Why you can't push the monster upwards? Because I was wanting to get the monster back down later. Because I had a different idea for the level. Okay. I forgot. Okay. Did I not save the frickin' level? I didn't. Dang it. That's what happens when I control F11 all the time. All right. Oops. I think I did one too many, right? I don't have a jam. Help me. I also don't have a socket. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. We'll just push the monster in first. So we're still not drawing the frickin' gem beam particles, which upsets me greatly. Okay. Wait. Yeah. So that'll at least put the rooms in. So now I can, oops, I can go up here. I can go down here. We're fine. Why are we not drawing the thing though? That's what I don't get. Just deleting some things here. Okay. Why? What's going on? What's going on? Let's close the solution. Let's open that. Oh, we don't need that actually. Attached process. Okay. Okay. Barred particles. So consider gem beam source. Here we go. We're at the monsters. Okay, we do make this thing. Oh, you know, we check for guy in a different place. I remember now. Yep. I don't know what I was thinking because I knew we were going to want this to be So this is why, though, because we needed that for the charm. All right. Come on. Oh, we're not. Okay. Now I guess we do it again. We just keep doing it. Still no frickin' particles. Wait, yes there are. They're just stuck around the dude. All right, that's improvement. Maybe there's other reason for... All right, let me... If I quit there, it should start me in the same place, right? You know, there are COVID test false positives. They're quite common, actually. So, like, I wonder what burden of COVID proof they have. Just make sure you have a blank white wall in your house and photograph yourself in front of a blank white wall. I don't answer thoughts on questions, people. I don't do that. Okay, good. I'm glad you do not want my thoughts. My thoughts on any laptop is that they're all terrible, so I doubt that any new one you ask me about is going to be anything but terrible, because they're all terrible now. Okay. Not all laptops are terrible. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So I kind of don't know why this isn't happening. Like that's the only guy type check. So I don't know why we're not. It's like the spawn proc is not correct. I mean, I guess I'll just see if that's a thing. So he's got particles. They're just not spawning. They're just not spawning. The right way. Yeah, like, okay, we're just, whoops. Wait, what? Step. Okay, the line numbers are like hosed. Let's try this again. It looks like it's returning in the first couple lines, though. Wait, what? Oops. I thought I just pasted the code there. Were we always putting them in the wrong place? I think so. Maybe. Maybe. Okay, we finally have particles. Fuck yeah. Okay, let's make the background of this level more reasonable for putting particles on. Come on, guys. Fix the shit. Okay. Cool. We've got some very obvious extra ting-tanglers here that we don't want. Okay. So now if I do the scenario, well, let's not. Let's just do this, do this, do this, do this. This isn't really the level that I was thinking of making, but it's fine. There we go. Now I could now. Oh, after the undo, we don't. That's weird. So now the stone and the dude have it. Like I could push the dude out, but oh, because I'm blocked from the stone. Oh, there we go. See, now he does, though. That's weird. Now neither of them does. All right, we got to look at that. I'm getting tired. We may not be doing much design tonight, but that's okay. We got it started. We had a chai party. I kind of need one more thing here. I just want to try something real fast. Actually, let's do one of these. So we're going to do similar to what we just did. Boom. Boom. Now, I want to so that keeps us powered. Oh, hold on, no, because it doesn't matter because it's, there we go. Okay, so we're powered. This should still keep us powered. That should keep us powered, right? So like, you could do a level where somehow, like, you boot it up, you put the gem over here, and you kind of have to do something like that. In order to get the beam where you need it to be later, somehow. like you need it in one place and then you need it in another place. Okay. So, I mean, I'm going to just keep a lot of this stuff out here. We'll just chop off a little bit of the rooms. You know how it is. Probably don't need any of those, but it's fine. So the idea is going to be, you need the beam like down here. And you need to power both of these somehow. And then you probably need it in the next room, actually, is what you need. Right? Okay, so you get the beam down here. And you've got like this. You set this up, okay? I forget how I get the crystal off there, but I did it before, I think. So oh yeah, we had an extra stone in there that was like dead stone. So you do this, and so like once you have this set up, I think you should be able to cross a room boundary and still power shit. Like, okay. Like that's actually pretty cool. Let's just try that experiment, right? So, I mean, you should be able to. And that would be the magical mystery tour of this level, right? So like, we have a thing here. You push these guys out. After you've booted it up. So, okay, well, we can't put the gem there. Let's... Okay, so we have gem. All right. Now power. Oh, I need to put something up here. Let's just say that this is like an endpoint beam. double beam? I don't know. And my goal is to power that double beam without losing power anywhere else. And I don't know, probably to do a couple things down here. That part of the level we're going to have to see. But the point being, I could do this, right? And imagine that I went to do something with that gem on the left, and then I do this, right? So we squink the power up, and this is nutty right here. Oh, fuck, it didn't work. Oh, because that one didn't start out powered. I actually thought, should that work? Wait, why didn't that work? Oh, because he's... Right. The reason that didn't work... Oh, no, never mind. The reason it didn't work is just because this was too far. Right? Okay. So I do this. We go there, there, there. Okay, yeah. So once we're past this point, we need to have the gem back on the thing. So like, that's something I need to figure out. But this should actually work. Dang it. I feel like that maybe should work. Can't you just push the monster all the way first? Not necessarily. So the deal is, if this gem wasn't here, this is like what I'm trying to do to make it interesting. Let's... All right, it's going to be... Okay, so... Like... See, the problem right now is with just this many objects, it's hard for me to get this gem back without getting killed. But the point is, the gem is not on the socket anymore, right? That rock is on the socket. So, right. As like, I can push these things up to here while the gem is gone, right? And that's maybe a level of its own, actually. Maybe I should just start simple and make that level, and then worry about anyway. So why would I need to do this? Well, didn't need to push it that far, probably. Dang it, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Okay, so like I need to power both of these. I could power that one or that one, but not both at the same time, right? So right, if I actually do this, this is actually kind of interesting because I need to do this slide to even get the gem back. But like now that is being powered. This is a good level actually already. That is being powered. I can come around here. We'd probably figure out a way to do this better. See, okay, now the problem is I die here. Right. So maybe it's I get the gem off and go around. Like, ignore that. That doesn't exist, right? Like how to push the dude is hard. I guess I could. See, I don't want to have the upper rooms. If I'm doing this simple of a level, it's just going to be 2 rooms and the upper rooms are just there. I mean, I guess there's no, let's try the simpler version. Which is like, all this is here. So I start it up and I need to get the gem off now. So I go there, I go. See, now I have that wall is in the way. Anyway, I get the gem off. Now I'm not really going to be able to push him down because of that wall, but if that wall weren't there, we'd be okay. So I get the gem off, but I need to move the beam back down by 2 squares now, right? I mean, actually, again, with this simple of a scenario, I can just do this, right, at once, which is like not that cool. But the goal is to make it so you can't do that. All right, so then I can go there, and then I can move the beam back down. And then I can power that. And that'll do whatever I need to do. Okay. So how's this? The trick is power needs to never, ever go out here. Because something bad will happen. I mean, the typical way to do that is just make something fall. Anyway, so power can never, ever go out here. So this actually starts on there. These guys, I don't even know. Okay, the problem with this is trivially solvable right now. Because these guys don't even, like, if these don't have to be in this room, you just put them near the gem beams, which was going to be another puzzle. So the question is, why do I not just win automatically? And the answer is anyway, so the easy way like I deleted all the cages, but here's my cheesy way to make it so this is in this room and the exit is there. You need to get to the exit from this way somehow, I don't know. And there's going to be one of these up here, and this beam is there, right? So oh, that's not in the right room. Okay, so if the power ever goes out, my exit is blocked, right? Okay. So I need constant situation here. And I've already screwed it up. But that's interesting, right? I mean, I can walk around this way. But I can't really do anything. Like the door being in line with the gem means, etc. Okay, so instead of that, now here the problem is I can't ever get the monster back. And I'm still hosed. Let's not worry about the monster for now. Put him there. Just get this out. Because what this lets us do is moves this, which lets us get the gem off, right? Which is great. So now I can do, this is step one. I can do here whatever I needed to do. So I think the trick is going to be the theme of the whole level is the power cannot go out. Ever. On either room. Once it goes on. So that's going to be the thing for this level is like, what is it about this level how can we make the power go on and then have it bad for it to go out? And I could use more orange beams, but that becomes really hard to read. But maybe that's fine. Can you also use the crystal rock on the left room? No. I mean, this socket will go out if I move it too far. Could I have used it in the beginning before moving the gem? Yes. Yes, but so that's the trick to the level is you would think to try that, but it's going to be unsolvable because of the third part that I haven't made yet, right? The idea is the power has to stay on everywhere the whole time. And so the thing is, there's going to be like a third. It's going to be a third place that you have to gem beam. And I don't. Problem is this. Like the beam can only go this far and still keep the thing powered, even if I do the slide with the monster and whatever, right? So that means that something has to be within this radius. And the problem with that idea is I can't reach the next room, which is probably what you want, right? We probably want something in the next room that has to be powered by this beam. So the rooms maybe need to be one shorter, and that makes it harder to talk about moving the frickin' monsters around. But actually, if we take out this wall, kinda, maybe that'll help. Like, we can add these constraints back in once we get it figured out. I don't know. Like, there's something here. Right? Okay, there's going to be another thing here. How is this going to work? Like, see, this is going to be too complicated, but at some point, maybe we'll do a good job. So, like, I don't like it when I start just adding crap to the level, but here we go. So if this is, the problem is, okay, look. This one can fall to fill this gap. All right. Okay. That could happen. It goes splash. If this power goes out. But we need that to not come into play until the power goes on in the first place. Right? Actually, wait, no. Sorry. We'll have it fall 1, right? Here's what, it's hard to click. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking something like this, right? Okay. And then there's like a, whoops. Thought that was its own thing, like David S. Pumpkins. Same there. I'm just having bad luck with this. What if I just do that? All right. So that is going to be a thing that you need this, right? So you need this beam. Okay. Zero floor, 1 walking area, 2 orange beam, I don't know what that means. So I don't know what ledge means. Do you mean like one of the gate floors? Okay, so what I'm trying to set up is like, okay, once we have this, actually this is too high. Once we have this, it's like, okay, that'll block you if this power ever goes out. Once this is set up. Problem is, we need a way for this not to be here yet, right? Until the power goes on. So, I mean, clearly we could have an orange beam. Okay. Let's just do it one at a time. So here, this says you have to turn it on. All right. There's some water there. Amazing. So this, you have to turn it on. And then, okay, clearly, and this, instead of an orange, this will be a squeeze. So that'll stay there till you turn it on. This will be similar, but it'll be one higher. Okay, so once you turn it on, this will fill. But then this has to be held aloft for the same reason. And this is up one too high. So that's actually easier to understand because there's only one level there. So there, oh no, because we need this, which makes me sad a little bit, but, and like, how are you going to tell what's there? But okay, we'll show it from the side, I guess. Okay, so messy frickin' level that I have no idea what's going on. I feel like an amateur game designer. Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. How did I do this? I just pushed this guy out for now, right? Screw you, buddy. So like here, I could power both of these now just by standing here. Okay. That did not make that dude wake up and fall through. Oh, is that accidentally a strong beam? Squeeze beam. Oh, squeeze beams don't make things fall right now. They should. They should. All right, well, that's also a problem. Yeah, scheduling, sorry, I missed that question, but scheduling on Windows is pretty random. In general, OSs that do that are yeah, I don't know. Very few OSs guarantee things there. Can you extract the rock after sliding it up? Yeah, I'm not, like, I'm worried about just getting the basics of the level going still. Like, dude, this is impossible to see what's going on. I want something simpler anyway, so the fact that this doesn't do what it should is fine. Like, I can't see that at all. I mean, again, it's not final graphics. We'll fix things and so forth, but yeah. I mean, okay. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Maybe trying to keep everything on is just trying too hard, right? How about if we drop back to the simple version? And the thing is, if I put these in the corners, then, oh man, that was so much stuff that I added. Okay, this is much better and more readable. If I put these in the corners, you can't get that gem back once you use it. I mean, unless I put a monster and a gem down here, right? If I do that, or a monster and, like, okay, one way I could power both of these, and we still don't know why I'm powering both of these, right? But, like, I could use this crystal and, you know, I need to somehow get this on. I could do this, right? If I had more space, I could put the monster here where I'm standing. Once the monster's here, you got nothing, right? So if we need that to be on, and then this to be on, that's probably enough to make the puzzle. This I can get back, but do you have a way of pushing a rock off of a ledge when there is power on? Not really. I was going to make one fall, but it didn't. Never mind. fail. You fail. You can do this. It don't matter. Oh, I have other sockets in there anyway. Let's get rid of all these. Bam, 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 bam. Goodbye. Okay. Oh, well, that one is blocking the frickin' thing. I mean, maybe it's just one, like maybe we move the green here. I mean, we could do that. I don't know, man. Okay. This exit could really be further down too if we wanted, because this thing just has to block. It could be in any of these squares. Except it can't. Except it can. All right. So like, hey, you fail that, but congratulations, you can go through here. Okay, so maybe that's just the whole level. Like maybe there's just too much stuff here, right? Maybe I just have to get the frickin' monster. In this configuration. Okay, right. No, because there needs to be more to it in order for this to be a thing, right? But anyway. Okay, from here I could move this off. I could bring it up here even. So here I win. But we wanted there to be more to it. That's why I wanted the other stuff. Dude, it's complicated. It's complicated to think about how to do this in as simple of a possible manner. I don't know right this second. I think I'm going to sleep on it and try to do more with it. Later on. There's clearly 3 or 4 interesting ideas for levels. It's just sometimes it's hard to make them happen in a good way. Like I'm trying to make it be that there's, well, okay, can't do that. Oh, so here, yeah, like I'm trying to make it be that you have to set this up, but actually in the opposite way, which is already like okay, so if I do, no, I don't want that. So if I never frickin' got it there, I could do this, right? So this is like the whole configuration I was trying to do. Because you have it like this, and now you could use the gem. Except now I can't because the monster is on it. But, oh, I never did the undo thing as well. That bug is still there. Problem is I don't even know what to use this for right now. Like, it just seemed really complicated to set up all that other stuff. Instead of water, we could have this be like really high up and, or kind of high up. And one of the orange beams is hovering. Okay, you could do it all in one vertical stack, obviously, right? So like you make it fall through a floor with one of the beams. And if they're all orange beams, it's easier to understand. Right, so I could do the following thing. Anyway, we do something here, right? And then we have, so we want something hovering here. Okay, and that's in a frickin', this is going to be too complicated. We want that, and we want it to have gotten there by falling from, wait, right, if it's there, that means it fell from here no, actually, okay. This is fine, actually. Or, you know, it'll actually be easier to read like this. So if we put a block, we go block, block, and then, oh, no, we don't want that. We want this, right? So that might have been what you were saying before, but so this is hard to see down here, but we can make a different camera angle. So this one, oh, and then the problem is, like, this is a little weird, but this needs this, which we can show a side view. It's just, it's very complicated. Who knows? Maybe this is a late game level. The point being, that's like that. If you try to go, you will fall anyway. You'll go, now I'm dead, sort of, right? So, should have done this with the other stones because they're hard to swap. Right. Anyway. So, if I do this, dang it, bro. If I do this, I can get this off. Okay. Then I can walk it this way. This might be fine. Maybe I don't even need the green beam. I don't, because because the pit will just save me. Well, not save me, but now I'm confused because the beam is not close enough. Why is the, wait, what? Did I move it? No. Oh, right. Hold on. Yeah, so that kills the power. That kills the power. Did I never have this set up? Oh, no, I did move them. I moved them down. But I don't think that's really necessary. Okay, let's do this again. I moved them because I was doing shenanigans. All right. We're gonna go this way, we're gonna go this way, we're gonna go this way. Gonna go around the world. Okay, so I can get the gem off like that. Now I have to slide them down there. And now I can do this. Okay, problem here is that the power can't go off now, right? So, oh, whoops. Ha, that one fell because it wasn't on a floor. Dang it, bro. Video games. All right. Let's try one more time. Oops. This level is just not as good as I want it to be yet. But maybe we'll figure it out. Okay. So, actually, I just need to do that, so I don't know why. All right. If I do this, I could actually get the gem back, which might break the level, but... Oh, no, because I need the power to stay on. We're just going to test that part. So I had to go there, 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 and there. Okay. So that is now walkable. Lol. If the power ever goes off, it is no longer walkable. Problem with what I'm doing right now, power is going to go off as soon as I move at all. So like I need to get another thing over here besides the gem. We had a small pond there before. I know it's hard to see. Dude, like, this is way simpler than what I had before, and it's still hard to see. I know that. I know that. Level design is hard sometimes. This is the process. I think I'm gonna go to sleep on it. I don't like the way this is going. It's way too complicated. And this may not be like this idea that we're doing in this room of the power can't go off. It's causing a lot of the complication, right? And the reason why I'm doing that, it's a little bit theme. But having that theme in one room is already strong enough, and we've managed to do it in a somewhat simple way. So I kind of don't want to overdo that. So I really don't like this thing. Really, any form of what I just did is not that good. I mean, maybe there's some super simple version of it, but I don't know what that is. So what I would like to do instead is find some other reason to do this pattern on the right, where like you push the dudes and push the beam, right? Like I like that pushing two dudes idea. And the reason it falls apart if I'm not careful is because you can just put those guys in the gem beam and power two things. Right, so what is it that makes that better? I'm going to check in the visuals that we did. Visual fixes for gem beam particles. Okay. All right, thanks for everyone for coming by. I got a little grumpy at the end. That's how it goes sometimes. We're just going to see how this design goes over time. Thanks for coming by to our new, let's see who's in the new channel tonight. How do I go there? What's it called? Programming. Game devel. Where is it? What is this called? Software. Software and game development. Okay. Look at all the viewers now. Dude, this is popping off. Popping off. All right, thank you everybody for coming by. See you later. Bye-bye.